A surprise Star Wars reveal might have just blown the lid off what's coming in The Mandalorian and Grogu. The first trailer for the movie didn't really give away much. It confirmed that Din Djarin is up against the Empire, but that's about as far as it went. A surprise Star Wars reveal might have just blown the lid off what's coming in The Mandalorian and Grogu. The first trailer for the movie didn't really give away much. It confirmed that Din Djarin is up against the Empire, but that's about as far as it went. Surprisingly, though, a new theory suggests Lucasfilm may have slipped a huge hint about the plot. During their New York Comic-Con panel, Lucasfilm Publishing shared sneak peeks of upcoming books, including The Mandalorian Visual Guide, which has details tied to the movie. And that's where a big clue about the Outer Rim planet Adelfi popped up, hinting at what the Empire might be planning. Adelfi isn't just any random planet. Located in the Kibellini sector, it's close to major hyperspace routes like the Corellian Run, making it a key New Republic outpost. Fighter pilots are based there, keeping an eye on the Outer Rim. The NYCC panel showed a spread from the visual guide, and it revealed more about Adelfi than fans probably expected. The guide even details 4 specific locations on the planet: an ordnance testing atoll, a secondary fuel depot, a long-range communications array, and a long-range electro-telescope array. And apparently some officers call it the vacation spot because the climate is so idyllic. Given how visual guides tend to avoid giving away too much, it's safe to assume these locations will all appear in the movie, which means that Adelfi might play a bigger role than fans realized. Looking back at the trailer, a bunch of scenes seem set there, or at least on a planet that looks remarkably similar. Din flying the Razor Crest into what appears to be Adelfi immediately stands out, and while people might have been distracted by the ship's return, the outpost itself is pretty distinctive. Then, there's a scene of Din watching Imperials on a planet that mirrors Adelfi, and even Zeb, one of the New Republic Rangers stationed there, is shown fighting Imperial forces. The architecture in those shots line up with what the guide shows, so it seems like Adelfi will be central to the story. And of course, the Empire isn't just going to sit back. The trailer hints at a thematic riff on The Empire Strikes Back, complete with AT-ATs returning. Fans may have focused on the aesthetics, but the story is leaning into that theme too. The New Republic Rangers have been annoying the Empire, and now the Empire looks ready to strike back. Up until now, they've been careful to work through proxies, like the pirate group that attacked Navarro in Season 3, but now it seems Imperial forces are moving to neutralize a full New Republic outpost. That communications array on the guide could be a big reason why. They'd want to cut off Adelfi from calling for backup, which makes sense if Din is peeking over dunes and trying to send a mayday. The question is, why is the Empire acting so boldly now? The Outer Rim forces used to be coordinated by the Imperial Shadow Council, which had kept their operations hidden from the New Republic. But things shifted by the end of Ahsoka Season 1, which happens around the same time as The Mandalorian Season 3. Grand Admiral Thrawn, the Empire's most strategic mind, has returned. Even more importantly, the New Republic knows he's back because Ezra Bridger escaped from Thrawn's flagship and delivered the news. Imperial spies would have relayed that information, meaning the time for secrecy is over and the Empire is feeling emboldened. If this theory holds, then the shadow war between the New Republic and the Imperial remnants is about to break into the open. With Thrawn back, the galaxy is about to get a lot hotter, and Din Djarin will be right in the thick of it. And let's not forget Grogu. Star Wars has struggled a bit with movies over the last decade. While Rogue One is widely praised, the sequel trilogy and Solo didn't land as well. One issue was introducing so many new characters at once, like Rey, Finn, Poe, and Kylo Ren, alongside the original heroes. Reception to these characters was mixed, which didn't help. But with The Mandalorian and Grogu, that won't be a problem. The movie builds off the massive popularity of the TV show, and both Din and Grogu are already well-loved. Grogu, in particular, is a cultural phenomenon, so the movie is practically guaranteed some box office success. Another interesting point is that this story won't revolve around the Jedi. Star Wars has been trying to shift away from Jedi-centered stories, although it's been a slow process. Big-screen movies like Rogue One and Solo featured non-Jedi leads, but they were still tied to the Skywalker family somehow. On the small screen, shows like The Bad Batch and Andor managed to move away from the Jedi more successfully. and The Mandalorian and Grogu will be the first full Star Wars movie to focus entirely on non-Jedi characters. This is exactly what the franchise needs, because all three trilogies have largely recycled the Jedi vs. Sith storylines. It's refreshing to see a story focusing elsewhere, and the film will embrace that. The shift away from Jedi also came through in the Book of Boba Fett, when Grogu decided to leave Luke Skywalker's Jedi Temple to return to Din Djarin and become his Mandalorian apprentice. This move really cemented the idea that Grogu and Din's story is separate from the Jedi drama. On top of that, the movie has moved far from the Skywalker-centric plots. The sequels tried to end the Skywalker saga, but even The Rise of Skywalker brought Rey into the family, suggesting that the Skywalker story isn't fully done yet. Meanwhile, Skywalkers keep popping up in TV shows too. The Mandalorian and Grogu, though, looks poised to avoid that trap. Outside of maybe a small cameo, the movie's attention is clearly on Din, Grogu, and the New Republic's fight against Imperial sympathizers, not the Skywalkers. Speaking of the New Republic, this movie is finally giving it the spotlight it deserves. The sequel trilogy didn't explore this period at all, jumping 30 years past Return of the Jedi and showing the New Republic mostly destroyed. Now, with The Mandalorian and Grogu, audiences will get a proper look at the New Republic era on the big screen. Sigourney Weaver's character, a New Republic colonel, is a good indicator that the movie will explore some of the inner workings of the government. In that sense, the movie is fixing one of the big missed opportunities of the sequels, showing how the galaxy rebuilds and navigates post-Imperial challenges. So, between Adelphi's importance, the Empire's bold moves, Grogu's huge popularity, the departure from Jedi focus, and the chance to showcase the New Republic, this movie feels like a big step for Star Wars. It's setting up a story that's different from the trilogies while keeping the heart of what makes the universe exciting. The Mandalorian and Grogu will likely be front and center in a story about political tensions, Imperial threats, and Outer Rim adventures, and fans can expect plenty of action, intrigue, and a bunch of those classic Star Wars moments, all while avoiding the pitfalls the sequels struggled with. All things considered, this new movie is looking like a game changer for the franchise. Din Djarin's and Grogu's story isn't just a side adventure, it's becoming the bridge between the old and the new, showing a galaxy in transition and the challenges the New Republic faces. And with Thrawn and the Empire looming, the stakes are higher than ever. Add in the fact that Grogu continues to capture hearts across the galaxy and beyond, and it's clear that The Mandalorian and Grogu isn't just another Star Wars story.